Howdy!
Hello!
Tis me and the other guy.
Oh, yeah, it's him and the other guy.
Yeah.
It's us. Hey, hope everybody had a good, chill, and warm weekend.
Wasn't too bad.
Kansas City was about 30s and 40s Friday and Saturday. And then it finally got up to about the low to mid 60s on Sunday.
Whereas with us, it was like in the 40s in the morning, but it got up to like in the 60s in the afternoon.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of nice.
So, cool. Well, for a lot of people that didn't know, this weekend, Heroes for Kids got split up a little bit. Almost like here I'll throw a little bit. We had the NWO red and the NWO black and white. So I'll throw a little bit of wrestling into that one. But we had Dennis took the crew down to Cape, to the Cape Anime Con, and I had some fun down there for the week, for Saturday and Sunday, while Jess and I went to Planet Comiccon this weekend, and honestly, we had a blast. Hope people saw the photos that I posted that I had that Jess took of me at Planet Comiccon, and those photos are done from Friday and Saturday.
I saw the X-Men photos.
Yeah,
that pretty good costuming, especially Nightcrawler and Sabretooth there.
Yeah. Now the Sabretooth guy, he wasn't even in any group. He was just running around. Excuse me. He actually got in trouble on Sunday. I don't think he took that costume off all weekend. I don't think when he went back to the hotel, I think he stayed outside. I think he played Sabretooth that whole weekend and even hid in the bushes somewhere. I swear.
Oh my gosh.
Because his costume, I don't think, changed at all.
Did he smell like it?
I don't know. I didn't
sniff it.
I didn't. Hey man, how do you smell? Yeah,
you smell. You stinking.
You smell like a redwood. Yeah, no. But no.
You smell like a kitty litter box.
But no. I heard you guys had some fun down at Cape Anime Con.
Yeah,
so
sure
go ahead and talk about Cape Anime. I've heard a little bit, but on that note, Jess and I want to do a big shout out to you, Robert, Chelsea, Rachel,
even
Nick, Tessa, Karis.
Nick.
You know, I was just trying to make sure I got everybody that showed up down in Cape. You guys did an awesome job. Saw photos, the photos that you guys sent me, sent Jess and I. We did raise a little bit of money down there too, as well. I don't know how it compared to last year's totals that we raised, but if not close, maybe a little over. But I want Jess and I want to thank you guys for heading that up. Again, Dennis is one of our directors, so it's one of them things that he does get to direct a little bit.
Yes. So, but yeah, when we got there,
he holds his shield this way. Oh.
Of course, Dave got there bright and early, so he had all his stuff setting out and ready to go. And so, you know, the setup for them was pretty. The more labor-intensive stuff. Once we got him pretty much situated the way he needed to be,
it was just plug and play with ours.
Then it was just plug and play with ours, because it took us about an hour. We helped him for a couple hours, and once he got it to where we could set up, then everybody pitched in and we got it all set up, and everything was ready to rock and roll. And
awesome.
Then we just basically had a line of people that we had Rachel, Chelsea, Rob, me, and then Tessa was over here, and we pitched in where needed, got some donated artwork. I did more talking to folks about vendors and whatnot, and handed out a few of those. They were like, "Well, can I just do this online?" Yes, here's a paper, and here you go. And that's how I did most of my getting the message out for vendors.
Cool.
And then Tessa even went out and practiced getting some signed artwork and whatnot. So she kind of stretched herself. She also did very good on her art.
No.
She set up a little table. The folks that were next to us,
Their
never showed.
That was our booth.
That was our booth too?
That was our table.
Okay. Well, then if that was our table, we cabbaged onto it.
Yeah.
And we
had the corner. Dave had 3 tables, and we had the last 2.
We had 2, but there was another table that was empty.
No, Dave had the corner.
Right.
Dave had the 8-foot there in the corner.
We had.
Dave
were
had,
supposed to have 2 8-footers, and then
No.
we brought 2 4-footers.
Well, no, we have 1 8-foot, 1 6-foot was our booth.
Okay. Well, they set it apart across the on the other side of the door. So we cabbaged onto that and drug it over and used that because we thought it was somebody else.
No, it was ours.
Okay. So
Yeah.
well then it worked out just fine.
Yeah.
So that whole line, that was us, and Tessa had a line of people checking out her art.
Good, cool.
And you know how she's kind of a social butterfly and she's animated
Yeah.
and all this stuff. So she was like, "Oh, I'm doing this and I'm getting this," and they're like, "Can you do this and can you do that?" Oh yeah, they were flipping through her artwork and she sold. I don't know how much she made, but it was. I know it was over $100. So
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain.
but yeah, she knocked it out of the park, and then of course Rob kind of went over and above and beyond. Timothy Chasen was over across from us.
Yeah.
So when he needed a break or whatever, he'd run over there and help him.
Help him out.
You know, and
Well, Timothy Chasen, licensed Robotech artist. He is one of our members for Heroes for Kids. So I mean, it's cool that we get to help out we help out. I mean, that's like foam forgeries. So I mean, that's part of what we do. Hey Wyatt. Hey
Liz.
No crap. Jess is watching us. Damn it.
Oracle's always watching. You know that. So then later on, after we were getting in the full swing of things, it started off a little slow, but by about lunchtime, it started really
Picking up again.
And so about, I guess, I want to say around 4:30, somewhere around.
Yeah.
They came up to us and said, "Can you guys be judges in the costume contest?" So Rachel, Chelsea, and I were the judges in the anime contest.
Yeah.
They had a little bit of problem. When you've emceed the show, okay, you usually go, "Okay, what's your name? Where you from?
It all depends.
What's your character?
Right.
You might ask, how did you make the costume?
Right.
How much work did you put into it? Where'd you get this? Where'd you get that? That kind of
Who
thing.
emceed it? Was it Danny?
I think it was Danny.
Okay.
Anyway, but basically it was, here's the first guy, right across the stage walk. And we had to grade him on detail to craftsmanship,
Right.
presentation, and basically
You had like the 5-point system. You
and
had 3
it was
categories.
It was 3 categories.
Well, you had 3 categories, but you had like the 5-point system.
Right, yeah,
1
yeah,
through 5.
yeah, it was
1 being low, 5 being the highest.
right,
and,
yeah. Attention to detail, the subject matter, the presentation, that kind of stuff. And so then, but they were going so fast, we barely had time to write down numbers. Okay, here's 1, 2, 3. I was like, oh my God. Gotta slow it down, guys. Gotta slow it down. We may have questions. So he was like, okay, But by then the contest was over. So
that's
it was
okay.
like they were trying to rush it in 15 minutes or less or something. And I was like,
Well, a lot of that also depends on. Well, they do have a lot of times they have a lot. I mean, just like us, we have a slotted time.
Right.
So and if they're using a certain space, that not only gets used for the Comiccon or the costume contest, but they also do their panels and everything. So if the costume contest runs over whatever's happening in that room at, say, 6 o'clock, say it starts at 4, and you open that slot for 2 hours, and if it's 5:30 and you've still got 60 people sitting outside in line trying to get through the costume contest, you got to go number 15, number 16, number 17. You know, you got to rush through it. You can't go up there and have somebody put on a 10-minute show of, well, my character does this, and...
Yeah, all we were wanting was enough time to get up on the stage, say their character, do a pirouette, do something, maybe answer a question. Boom, off you go. Give us enough time to write down what we're looking at. Instead, it was like... And we got to where our count was all off, and it was...
I've had
it was
a few
chaos.
I've had a few costume contests like that. But it happens.
But I think we did amazingly well considering the time constraints and the speed with which it went. We still managed to make pretty good choices.
Cool.
When it was done, and I looked at pretty much everything, everyone that got first and second and third, I was like, yeah.
Nice.
So it worked out. We made it happen, but it was kind of weird to have Catwoman and Harley and Batman judging an anime contest.
Hey, they're anime now.
Yeah, they are.
They've been in, DC and Marvel are both considered under the anime genre. Matter of fact, I've got on the top of that stack right there, there's 2 anime books with Batman, Superman. It's the Justice League.
Right. So,
and trust me, I've read them, and they're a pain in the butt because it's
right
not
to left.
Yeah, it's right to left. It's not left to right. So it's a pain, and they're backwards. That's the big thing. They're backwards. So
and the funny thing of it was,
I'm sorry. One of the covers has got Superman flying with Batman with Batman sitting on Superman's back, feeding him a bowl of ramen.
Oh my God!
I'll go get it.
How do you think that Superman maintains his strength to keep flying? The sun. Anyway, but
you think I'm kidding?
Oh my gosh, he's feeding him ramen.
Batman, see, there's his hand, there's his hand. Batman's got the bowl of ramen and the spoon he's feeding, and he's sitting on his back.
Or is that chopsticks?
No, or it might be chopsticks. I don't know. It's either chopsticks
or spoon. Chopsticks.
But again, this is a plug for the book. But let's see.
We're not recreating.
We are not recreating. We're only doing the Superman. We're only going to do the Gambit Wolverine one. But this is book 2 of Superman. Mishi. Hopefully you can see.
Niche?
Meshi. M is a mouse.
Oh, Mishi.
Mishi. So that's it. This is volume 2.
Okay.
But again, it is wrote in English.
Right.
So just to let everybody know. But again, not bad. But again, it's got Batman sitting on Superman's back. So see, Superman and Batman, the Justice League are anime.
Okay.
So see,
So now the funny thing of it was that.
And no, you're not sitting on my back feeding me ramen. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Saturday. The boys all lined up for Rachel and Chelsea.
Okay.
Whereas I had the little kid line. Everyone in the picture of Batman.
Okay.
Okay. But you should have seen what happened when Chelsea debuted Barbie on Sunday.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. She was the belle of the ball. Everybody loved that costume.
Oh, good.
But yeah. And of course, Robert was in the back doing his little computer sorcery to create a picture for Rachel.
For Catwoman.
Because we sell our little photos that look
Hey, Chuck, how's it going?
we sell our little photos that look like comic book covers. Okay? And so, like mine is, I'm in the back.
Yeah, Jess and I are still waiting on ours. We got on to Rob about that.
Okay. Well, she's got one where she's standing in front of the Batmobile in an alleyway, and it is wicked cool.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it looks real cool.
It looks real cool. But they haven't done you yet.
No. And Jess and I were supposed to be the first two done.
You forgot. He got busy.
Oh, he's got the photos.
Oh, he's got the photos?
He's got the
Well,
photos.
then, what's the deal? What did you do to tick him off?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. So, anyway.
Not watch. The next thing you know, we're gonna have a photo with looking like the one on the front of that anime book that he's gonna be doing a costume. We're gonna have.
He's going to be drawing you like one of his French girls.
So, no.
Man. But yeah. So, yeah, everything went fairly smoothly, and yeah, everybody pitched in.
Cool.
It was good.
Good.
Guys have done artwork, handed out some vendor forms, did a lot of networking.
For Heroes for Kids Comiccon 2024.
Yes. Coming up.
Yeah. So, as I said, Jess and I went to Planet Comic-Con. Oh my God, wall-to-wall people. Saturday, you could barely walk through the floor. The best way to, if you haven't been to Planet Comic-Con, the best way to describe it is put Heroes for Kids Con, Saluki Con, Cape Con, Cape Anime Con, SEMO Con, SI Con, and double those. Actually, probably triple those.
Like the Wizard World size?
Double Wizard World size.
Okay. Sounds almost like approaching San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, it is. Planet Comic-Con is one of the top 5 or so. It's within like the top 10 biggest conventions in the United States. 25. The convention has been going on for 25 years.
I would love to go to San Diego Comic-Con at least once a month.
I would love to go to San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, but the problem is the way. You got to have the money. On the good thing about going to Planet, Jess and I got one of the hotels that was literally a block away from the center. So everything was in walking distance. We didn't have to wait for parking. Well, last year, we got our hotel, it was about 15 minutes away, and it took us, when we got downtown to the convention center, it took us over 2 hours to park.
Oh, Lord.
So, yeah. So this year, we got a hotel practically right next door to the convention center. Truck in the parking lot. The truck never left the parking spot.
That's handy.
So we walked. We walked back and forth. Again, like I said, it was less than me walking from here to down to the field down at the industry.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
that's
maybe 100 yards, maybe 150. I say tops.
Oh, that's
no, not at all. So had the hotel had very good restaurant. So for dinner, for breakfast and dinner, that's where we ate. Mm-hmm. If we wanted something different, they had food trucks outside the convention center while the convention was going on, mm-hmm. or they had the concession stands inside the convention center, which was like typical concession stand food. But oh my God, we really didn't get to go see any of the celebrities. I changed it up a little bit. Jess got to meet the voice actor of the original Catwoman. Well, the Catwoman from the Batman Adventures, the animated Batman Adventures, and also the voice actor for Ivy.
Adrienne Barbeau.
Yeah. So just got autographs from Adrienne Barbeau, and yes, yes,
she's still stunning, isn't she?
Yes, she is. And also the lady that did Poison Ivy. And the lady, Jess can tell the story better, but she asked what Heroes for Kids was, and while we were talking about it, I addressed that Jess is one of our Catwomen. That Jess goes, yeah, we do our own version of Gotham City Sirens with Chelsea, Tammy, and Jess. Mm-hmm. And the son of a gun, I don't remember her name. Diane, thank you. What was the last name? Diane Pershing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So she asked Jess. She goes, "Oh, I want to see the photo." So Jess showed her the photo, and I got to get a photo of that. So she gets her phone out and takes a picture of Jess holding her phone with the Gotham City Sirens photo, and then and that was of our night to shine, where the three ladies were dressed in their evening gowns.
Right.
And then she showed her the picture from last year's Cape Comiccon, where they were all in their actual costumes, and Jess airdropped it. So Jess, Chelsea, and Tammy are now, their photos are now belong to Diane Pershing, who was the original voice of Poison Ivy. So that was awesome to do that. Jess got her autograph and Adrienne Barbeau's autograph. So it was her time to see. I let her see the celebrities more than really me. Mm-hmm. But Matthew Lillard, who played Shaggy, or a lot of the kids now knowing the Springtrap from the Five Nights at Freddy's movies,
and Starship Troopers,
Troopers and stuff. Well, he was there for his line. At any given time was a 4-hour wait.
Oh my god!
It was nuts. Well, I wanted to see the voice of Goliath, Keith David. Okay. Again, I grew up watching the animated Gargoyles TV show, and I loved Goliath. And
Keith David has one of those voices that is very distinct.
Right. It's one of the
like James Earl Jones or say
Morgan Freeman. Right. Yeah. So it was one of them things that I wanted to go meeting, but last minute, due to film or scheduling obligations or something come up with it, he could only be there Friday. Okay. Now this tells you a lot about some of these actors that come to these Comic-Cons. Due to the fact he was only there for Friday, they were either going to give you a refund, or they would let you, carry your passes from like Saturday and Sunday to Friday. Keith David stayed until every person got an autograph or something.
That's cool.
We had one person that was staying at the hotel with us said that he did not leave until well after midnight. I was like, wow. And yeah, they said at one point somebody started. He did the Voodoo King in Princess and the Frog.
Right.
And somebody started singing his song. He stopped signing autographs and serenaded everybody in the building.
That's awesome.
So we weren't there when that happened. We were already back at the hotel. But that's the type of celebrities that I like to go see, and I like to go. I like to go hang out with.
What's funny is Eric Roberts and what's his name, Kevin Richardson and Keith David. They pretty much do half of the villains in the Justice League Unlimited. I mean, you know, besides Clancy Brown and Powers Booth, you know,
Right.
those three, they do most of the characters like Mongol and Darkseid and you know, so he's made a very good living as a voice actor.
Oh,
and a narrator.
Yeah.
And that's besides his prolific acting career.
Yeah. Now, Friday, I did my Max Fleischer. Somebody posted on one of my photos, awesome Kingdom Come suit. No, that was not the Kingdom Come suit I was wearing Friday. The suit I was wearing Friday was my Max Fleischer suit.
Right.
I love it. I did that because one of our good friends, and he's also a member of Heroes for Kids, Rick Burchett, who was the first ever artist to draw Harley Quinn in the comic book. So Batman Adventures number 12.
Right.
Yes. Ink. Well, actually, ink. He inked Harley Quinn at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But the Fleischer suit is one of his favorites. And yeah, that was the reason why I did it. But just got to see Lorenzo Lozano there, Jason Metcalf, got to meet Jeremy Tyndall. I mean, the list goes on.
I know one guy that you were thrilled to meet. Well,
Who was that?
Gambit.
Oh, Chris Claremont.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yes. Did he remember you?
Yes.
Oh.
He did. You know, it was one of them that, you know, it was just, we got to meet a lot of people. Freddie Williams was awesome. I actually got an original piece of artwork from him, me personally. He drew a Gambit for me, and oh my God, it's...
Nailed it.
He nailed it. I'd love to see him. Right now, he does a lot of crossovers. If Freddie Williams is artist, he is currently doing stuff in the comic books. But if you've seen Batman and the Turtles issues 1, 2, and 3, or he did those. In the Thundercat or Masters of the Universe versus DC, he did that. Masters of the Universe versus Injustice, Turtles versus Power Rangers, Turtles versus Street Fighter, Power Rangers versus Godzilla. You know, those big crossover comics that you're seeing right now. A lot of those are Freddie Williams. So getting to meet him, awesome. I've gotten several prints. I've gotten several autographs in my personal collection. And then I had him do a Gambit for me in his way of his art. And it was what they call it, an ink wash with a hint of color in it. And oh my God, it's gorgeous. But oh hell with it, I'll go grab it and show it to everybody.
It's right.
No, it's literally right here. I've got it. I don't have it put on. I don't have it in a frame or anything yet. So this is the first time Dennis has even seen this too. So
right, yeah.
So but yeah, this is my Gambit ink wash, and it's the 90s version of Gambit. So
yeah,
this is an awesome piece. Like I said, done by Freddie Williams Jr. So I'll flip that around. How's that? Let's see. Oh, so there we go. That's my original piece I picked up from Freddie Williams Jr. Like I said, awesome piece. Like I said, I couldn't be any happier than that. Freddie Williams II. I'm sorry but so yeah, that is a piece that I picked up over the weekend. Like I said, I've got multiple other pieces, not original, just autographs. But then Saturday I did Gambit, and I actually had more photos taken with me as Gambit. Now, the only thing I can think of is due to the fact that we've got the X-Men 97 getting ready to come out this month.
Right, yeah.
X-Men was all over the place, but I think there was one other guy I think I saw Sunday that was dressed as Gambit, and it was with the Party City. With the Party City, Spirit of Halloween costume. I mean, and don't get me wrong. I mean,
it might have been his first cosplay.
Yeah, I mean, it was just with the level we're at. I mean, he looked good. He did. A lot of the stuff we put a little bit more into our suits. But no, he still looked good. He did. But that was the only other Gambit that I saw.
Right.
But Saturday, we got there about 11-ish, maybe 10:30, 11-ish. And we left, I think it was about 6 o'clock. Well, we were there the whole day.
Right.
We got flashed. Not by the Flash.
Not by the Flash.
No.
Who flashed you? Some girl dressed as Barbara Hill?
No. Some girl, actually I would have to say a woman, because she was not a teenager.
Right.
But she was dressed as one of the anime characters. And again, this is the difference between a huge show like this and say Cape Anime. Because Cape Anime, you'd probably see more modesty.
Mm-hmm.
This here this girl looked like something. I mean, when they say take your character out of the anime. I mean, she dressed fully like the anime character.
Just a heads up.
The feed
keeps freezing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're bleeping down. His laptop keeps green screening on us. Yeah. But no, Jess and I were getting ready to leave. They were getting ready to start the costume contest. And again, this is after we've done, I've taken hundreds of photos with many people. I posted my day 2 on Facebook. But, the Just Us League was awesome. Then the Logan, or the Patch that we saw, I'm good friends with him. Did a few photos with him. The Sabretooth was spot on for the 90s version of Sabretooth. But those two weren't with the Just Us League. The Rogue, who was the taller of the 2 rogues that I took a photo with, was with the Just Us League, and she rocked it. She was awesome. A lot of the photos that we took, she wanted one to where, she was, like holding on to her arm around me with holding my card and stuff like that. And she rocked it. Again, it was funny because we were getting ready to leave, and we just got to talking about how I was doing for Gambit. And I said, Gambit's one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite character. Yes, I do Superman a lot. I love doing Superman, but I would do Gambit. If somebody says, hey, we want you to come out and do Gambit, I would drop it in a heartbeat and get out there and do Gambit.
Right.
But it was one of them things, and I threw the little I said, when I really get into the character, I get into the character, and I poured on the accent, and she come back at me, and
did she say, that's pretty good accent?
No, she come back at me, she go, said something to the effect of, well, Sugar, what do you think your mama's going to think of you being out here like that? So, and I turned around and looked at her, and I said, my mama doesn't even know what I'm doing out here. So, yeah, I mean, I kicked it on just a little bit. before we left, and yeah, it was fun. Then the photo with the two rogues. They wanted to get photos together, and I turned around and I said, "Boy," and then I flipped.
W pleasure, W fun.
And so I flipped on the Cajun charm a little bit, and I said, and I jumped in there with the two ladies and got photos with them too. So yeah, again, they were awesome. Everybody up there was awesome.
Yeah, there was a Nightcrawler there that was pretty stellar.
The Nightcrawler was spot on. He come out and he goes, "Dude, we got to get a photo." I said, "Yes, let's do it."
Yeah.
So we got some photos. Got a photo with Blade.
Right.
Let's see. So yeah, like I said, the photos with Sabretooth. Sabretooth, I mean, that one there was let me see if I can do it photo. Because I got down, I said, okay, we're doing a battle photo. And I went down into my Gambit pose, my fighting pose for Gambit.
Right.
And I didn't know if I was going to do it or be able to do it or not because it's still, I'm released from the doctor, but I'm recovering from my surgery. I was still recovering on my foot. So I didn't know if I'd be able to do it. And I was actually able to pull it off. But, I mean, it was kind of a blast with it. Got to meet Chris Claremont. This is the third or fourth time I've met him, but this time in the full Gambit regalia, and yeah, he loved it. Got photos with him. He took a photo on his phone with me, so waiting to see it on his Instagram page. So because I follow him on Instagram, but for anybody that knows, Chris Claremont helped revitalize, I guess you could say, the X-Men.
Right.
With Jim Lee, but he was a long time. He helped create Wolverine. He helped create Gambit, Katie Pryde, numerous X-Men characters.
Well,
and
originally X-Men was like Cyclops, Iceman, Beast, Jean Grey.
Just
those guys.
Angel.
He's an Angel, and he's the one that changed it up to be Wolverine and Cyclops and Storm and
Colossus
and Thunderbird and all those guys. Yeah.
What everybody know more as Class 1 or whatever it is, or First Class, because that was about the time that you saw them change from the original lineup to your
more of an international kind of thing.
Uncanny. That was almost the start of the Uncanny stuff.
Right.
But yeah, he was a writer through X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, and then he helped Chris Claremont helped Jim Lee relaunch X-Men in the 90s with the famous X-Men #1 that everybody really loves. That's actually in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Okay.
So yeah, being able to go meet the writer that created Gambit was pretty cool for me. Again, I've got a few things signed by him. They're up on my wall, or used to be up on the wall. They're actually put up now. But getting to meet him in my finished, per se, Gambit costume. There's always tweaks that you can do to a costume.
I think the last time you'd seen him, you had on the spandex.
I had that
chest thing. It was just like a full
morph suit, basically.
Morph suit, yeah. This time
the
you
Zentai suit.
Actually, this time you had the breastplate. The armor. You had the armor and the pleather pants and the silver boots. And
so yeah, I mean, Jess and I were able to do some networking on Sunday. Well, I didn't suit up, but we did some networking on Sunday, and hopefully it turns out well for us.
Your best photo, you're down in the superhero landing pose.
Oh, with the little spider. Oh,
that was too cute, man. That was too cute. I was like,
and he was the one. He was like, I did a Spider-Man pose. That was on Friday. So he goes. So he gets down there and he turns around and looks at me, and I was like, "What? You want me to get down there too?" Yeah. So that's what's the one of the photos I'll have to show you. But one of the photos, he's all doing this. He's like, "Yeah, get down, yeah." So I get down there, and that's the reason why I'm laughing, because I get down there and I'm holding my cape that way, and he's just like, the picture doesn't do justice because as he's got his hand in front of him, he's going. He's
about 2 or 3,
maybe. I mean, he was shooting his web. He was shooting his web, and I'm just sitting here, and I'm trying. That's the reason why I am laughing so hard, because he's like, "I Spider-Man." I'm like, "Oh my God, this is hilarious." Then he gets up. Then we get up, and he gives me a hug, and But when he comes up, when he walks up, it was funny because he just walks up and goes. It's Superman! It's Superman! And Superman, can I get a photo with you? And I'm like, oh, well, yes, you can. So he turns around and Mom goes, well, can you do your Spider-Man pose? So he gets down and he's like, you get down too. And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, Mom's like, well, say cheese. No.
See, that's why we do this.
That right there did it for me. I mean, that was it. That was awesome. Young lady that played, professional cosplayer that I posted that was doing Power Girl. Very gorgeous and very nice. Everybody. I mean, I don't think there was any. I wore my Superman jacket Sunday.
Right.
Okay, my red and black one. Mm-hmm. And I walk around. I almost throwing off that Tom Welling, the Blur type.
Right. From
like seasons, what is that, 6 to 9 or whatever it is?
Yeah.
When he started wearing the leather jacket.
Right.
Or what is that, 7, 8, 9, I think.
Yeah,
I had several people turn around because, again, I didn't shave, so I had the 2-day growth. Still had my hair combed the way, my normal. Mm-hmm. But everyone, oh, dude, look, it's Superman. And I'm just, I had a few people ask me for a photo, and I declined because I wasn't in my Superman outfit.
Okay.
I mean, I could have pulled off the Blur, but I just didn't think that was me. Which, like I said, I did ask a couple people because I did have like 2 or 3 people ask me for a photo, and I know, so I'm not in my costume today. Well, dude, you're the Blur. I was like, I do Superman, and I do Superman, not the Blur. And
okay, here's another tale.
Huh?
Okay, we're at the Drury Conference Center. Okay, which is attached to the hotel.
Right.
Okay, way up there, they've got a balcony out there. That overlooks the entrance to the hotel. So I went outside to cool off a little bit because I was wearing my heavy duty Batman costume. So I walk out there, Rob's out there smoking a cigarette. And all of a sudden I hear, Batman, Batman, oh my God, Batman, Batman, Batman. And so I'm looking around, I look up, and there's these 3 kids up in that balcony, way the heck up there, Batman, Batman. And I'm like, get away from that rail, or I'll come up there. And they're like, oh, he's going to use the grappler. And they jump back, and I'm like, no, I ain't using the grappler. And I turn around. It's like, suckers.
Let's see. But no, that was, and then Jess and I took the long, lonely, slow 5-hour drive home. Again, Jess, how are we doing on our stuff? Are we still skipping bad? We're down to 2 people. Hey, if anybody else is still on here, please say something. Let me check this. Jess hasn't come down yet, so I don't know who's on here, who's not.
We're kind of skipping down here.
Yeah.
And it's freezing up there.
Jess is watching, and that is it. I don't have any comments over here. For once, you've got more comments over there than I do on this.
Yeah.
So, real quick. So, yeah, that was how our weekend was. So, we did a lot of networking. You guys raised some money there at We were able to bring home some donations and stuff for Heroes for Kids from playing at Comiccon. You guys did very well down at.
I would chalk it up as a success. Yeah.
This weekend, we're getting ready for
the Kenny Rogers
telethon. I don't know what channel or stations it's going to be on, but Heroes for Kids will be there, meeting and greeting and helping out where we can at the telethon. So come on down there and let's have some fun with us. That is this Saturday.
Right.
Then I've got an on-call weekend with my work. So that following weekend, we won't be doing anything.
And that's my during weekend, so it all works out.
And then the weekend after that is Easter weekend. So we will still try to get online and give you updates on what's going on with Heroes for Kids. So anybody that is wanting to be a vendor, please contact us on our vendor page or on our webpage. Let me get down here to the bottom. Oh, that's for sponsorships. Please definitely get on here for sponsors. Right here, download the form or contact us via email or message for vendors. For all our vendors, go to this, get on our webpage and pulls up the forms right there. Send us the message. Jess will give you the invoice. That way you can get us paid. We're doing check, money order, credit card. You can pay through Square?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. So let's see, and we'll throw up our special guest real quick. First one, we've got Matthew Ashley, and then our second one is, Marty Matalis. Yeah.
Matalis, yeah.
Okay. Again, we will be looking forward to hanging out with these guys on, and again, just because you only see two doesn't mean we're not still working on more. There is always more to come. Right. Matter of fact, Jess and I were working possibly on another guest while we were up in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
So,
besides, remember last year? Oh, well, no, not really last year. The year before that was when we had our three established guests, and all of a sudden we had a fourth one just.
Yeah.
I want to be a part of this. So this is not just.
So this isn't final until the day of the show.
Right. So you never know. That's why we ask you to keep.
Yeah, keep
getting on the website
yes.
and taking a look at it to keep yourself up to date on who we got.
Oh, yes, definitely. And again, tickets are available. So buy them online. Or you can buy them at the door, but we are only doing 30 VIPs this year. 30 VIPs. VIPs come with a free mug, and we don't know. We're still working on entrance into the cantina. Get you in an hour early. There's a few other things that are still we're still planning out for the VIPs.
Right.
So yeah. So definitely buy those tickets. Vendors, if you're looking for to come to the show, please look up the get on here and
we got a link.
Yeah, you look up the links. It goes right to the stuff. And again, like we said just a little bit ago, the Kenny Rogers Center out of Sikeston, Missouri is our regional charity that we've got coming up that we're raising money for, and the local charity is the Perry County Senior Center. Yeah. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, we're less than 4 months away.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Where's that countdown clock at? I really don't want to see it.
I think that's on the homepage.
130 days.
Oh my gosh. that's
130 days before you get to meet these two awesome guys. That's going to be and more.
A hair over 4 months.
Yeah, and more, because we've got some awesome vendors that are going to be there. Artists, writers. We're going to have toy collectors. We're going to have comic books. Again, it's going to be fun. It's again, yeah, it's
yeah.
I mean, and who, you know, that last minute thing before you guys get to go to before you have to kick your kids back to school,
Right.
you know. And again, it's a 2-day show.
Right.
And well, how's
Our
this?
first ever 2-day show.
To get into, I don't know how, you know, you're paying, was it 10, 15 bucks to get in this last weekend to Cape Comiccon?
Anime Con was $15.
Okay. For
1 day.
okay, that was 1 day for Anime Con. Okay. Planet Comic-Con, you were looking at probably close to $100 a person. Okay. I'm gonna pull this back up here. Where's it at? There it is. There it is. Weekend pass. $12.
Yep.
$8 for Saturday. $7 for Sunday. We want to make it to where you guys can come in. Trust me. We were at Planet Comic-Con. Some of the guests, the movie stars, were charging almost $100 for an autograph. That's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand part of that is part of their living, but that is insane.
And people will pay it, though.
People will pay it though, but yeah, I mean, our guys, you know, we keep it low. Their prices are decent.
Right.
So, I mean, last year I didn't have any. So again, so yeah, we want you guys to come in. We want you guys to spend money at the con, not at the front door.
Right.
You know, I want you guys to be able to come in and, you know, the silent auction, find that toy, find that comic book, find that book or that piece of artwork that you guys are wanting.
Right.
You know, go over and meet the celebrities and get their autographs. You know, because you know, Marty Metellus, again, Vane from Star Wars. He was Malik in Sleepy Hollow. He was one of the lizard men in Land of the Lost. He was Pigman or Pighead or Pigface, something like that.
Yeah.
In American Horror Story. He was in Studio 666. He's in the upcoming Disney film or show Skeleton Crew.
Okay.
You know, and I know he was in he was a Sandman in Sleepy Hollow. He was in Teen Wolf, the TV series.
Right.
I mean, I have watched all of that.
Right.
I've seen his characters. That would be awesome to be able to meet him. And then you've got Matthew Ashley.
Right.
Ozark. I was talking to somebody just today, turning around and goes, well, Marty Metellus, he's usually behind a mask.
Right.
So not a lot of people know. But Matthew Ashley, Ozark, Nashville, MacGyver, What Men Want,
True Crime Stories.
Two Crime Stories. He was in
The Gifted.
The Gifted, Richard Jewell.
Yes.
You know, and many, many, many others. And I was talking with a guy today, and they turned, oh, dude, I know who that guy is. He looks really familiar. I started rattling up. Yeah, I saw him in that. So, I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you know, seeing these guys, and get a piece of artwork from them, or they're so yeah. That's what I like about. That's what I want to try. That's what we bring to Heroes for Kids Comiccon, and so we want it to be a family-friendly environment and all that kind of stuff. Oh, speaking of Kansas City, I was talking before. I think Jess said something.
Right.
We're going and we're leaving Saturday night, going back to the hotel, and as we're coming down the escalator. And I understand anime characters and how they're dressed in their animes, but there is a thing called modesty. Don't get me wrong, this lady, because she wasn't a kid, she wasn't a teenager, she was probably mid-20s, looked very nice, but she flashed everybody. Well, I would say, hold on, not flashed, mooned everybody, because as she got down to the end of the escalator, she stops and bends over. And you can
you were so thoroughly disgusted you had to take a picture just to make sure that it was how offensive
it was. Just one of those things. I mean, the skirt that she was wearing, again, anime is always known, a lot of anime is known for their short their short skirts, skimpy tops, the skimpy clothing.
Right.
She made sure I don't even know what the character was, but the skirt went halfway up her tail end. But when she bent over, I mean, you could tell she was wearing a thong and nothing else with it. Very nice, attractive body, but I mean, there are kids around, and I mean, she's maybe early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And she does this right in front of the escalator.
So
then finally somebody goes, hey, why don't we step over here? So she steps around the escalator, and she goes down on her knees, and her butt's sticking way up in the air. I mean, it's just, she's going through her bag. And I'm like, oh my God. And it was one of those things, and what makes it bad is it was one of those things. I don't know if she wasn't doing, I don't think she was really doing it on purpose, because it was just the way the costume was.
Right.
But I'm sorry, it was almost to the point of everybody, it finally got to the point, I think there was enough gossip going around at one point. She finally stood up, and somebody finally, I think, threw a jacket or something over. Because, she was doing it right in front of everybody. Mm. By all means, good for her for having that much confidence in her body.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, and that's for anybody, regardless of who you are. You have that much confidence in your body to be able to do something like that, by all means do it. But it was one of those things, for as many people that were there, mainly kids,
right?
I think the cover up, the person that ended up covering her up should have done it about 5 minutes earlier.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because, her getting up on the stage and strutting her thing across the stage or whatever, everybody's going to be looking at the costume and say, woo, she did it right, she did the costume perfect, and then she's walking off the stage. And honestly, I don't think she was doing it purposely. I think she was just going, hey, I need to grab something out of my bag.
But you were seeing a lot of boys enter onto the escalator and leaving as men.
Yeah, you can put it that way, yes.
Okay.
So again, it's, but that's the difference between the big shows like that,
right,
and the smaller shows like down here.
I noticed the difference between like, say, Cape Con,
and when Wizard World was
here. Wizard World, you got an education in bodily anatomy if you didn't have one before.
Yeah.
And Wizard World, you're more likely to see some girl in a Batman bikini saying she's Batgirl.
Yeah.
Than that's not really cosplay too.
Right.
Okay.
I've been to a couple shows. I've actually been to a couple shows to where the girls where they've actually walked in street clothes, went to the bathroom, changed into their costume, and come out as they walked out of the bathroom, they didn't make it 20 foot onto the floor before security stopped them and told them to either put their normal clothes back on, or they were going to have to leave.
Right.
We were at one show that the lady walked out. She was dressed as Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
Standard, the original version with the as we were walking around, I'm like, hey, I'm dressed as Superman, and yeah, I'd go over. I mean, very attractive lady, and what I could see, because walking up to her from behind, was the high boots, the cape, and her crown.
Right.
It's like, oh, cool, a Scarlet Witch. I want to go take a photo. As soon as we got to where we could see her, I had to go, no, not going to do that.
Right.
We had to go, because she was literally walking around in the high boots, a pair of sheer stockings, and a sheer teddy that was not leaving anything to, we'll put it this way, you could tell how she kept her bathing suit, per se.
Okay. I got you.
Okay. Or her birthday suit, let's say, we'll put it that way. You could tell how
You knew where she waxed.
Yes. Yeah. Very cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is a little too shit.
And yeah, they ended up actually. And
they told her
you needed to go. You needed to go.
Upgrade or get out.
Yeah. It was just like, oh wow.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris, what's going on? Hope everything was good at Toyman. Sorry we couldn't be there. We were already stretched a little thin over the weekend. So awesome that I wish I could have been there to see you guys to be there for your moment of silence for when you did that for Mark Dodson. That was awesome. He was a friend to all of us. But, it's one of them things that we, if you got it, flaunt it. But again, make sure that you got, that you're being respectful as well. Right. Not only to the character, but the people that are in the convention. Follow, so, yeah.
We were talking about that bodysuit that you got.
The Michelin Man bodysuit.
So we've come up with some ideas.
Who?
Robin.
Uh-oh. Oh, I already got an idea of what I want to do.
Well, we talked about the Hulk.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's one.
Right.
We were talking about, with your height and everything, the Reaper. Batman Year 2.
Okay.
Okay. You'd have to get a skull mask. You'd have to get like a red morph suit. Put some I want to say like Mad Max armor on it, and gets a couple of sides for hands. Or
okay, all right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, that was another one. I don't know. Those were the two main ones right there. But
I'm looking more of the quantum suit, the quantum team, the team suit. How do you put it? The quantum team suit that they used in Endgame, and I'm doing the Incredible Hulk.
Okay,
is what I'm looking at doing, because I can put that over the top of it. It adds the 3 inches onto my arm, and
get yourself a Green Lantern costume and go as Kilowog. Because you're kind of tall and
yeah. Well, yeah, but that takes a lot of prosthetic to do the Kilowog head.
That's true.
I'd have
you wouldn't just wear a mask. You'd have to have prosthetic.
Yeah, because you couldn't have the body being this and then the head like this. It'd have to be very well.
Right.
So you would almost have to do prosthetics on my head.
But you're thinking about the Quantum Realm Endgame
jumpsuit.
Yeah.
The only thing I would have to do, because they're all wearing boots, They've got the full suit, but the only thing I would have to do is paint my hands and my face and do this with my hair,
Right.
and I'd be the Hulk.
Right.
Because I could talk normal, because at that point in the movie,
you can even put on your glasses if you need to.
Yeah, he's Smart Hulk, so I mean, it would work perfect.
Go green. Yeah.
Huh? So I could be sitting down at the Schwami bar.
That would be a good group cosplay.
The Quantum.
Have Jody do Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do Cap.
I'll do Cap, and then have Chris. Well, no, have Rob do Fat.
Yeah, we'd have to have Rob do Fat Thor, but we would have to make it to where Rob meets Chris at one point, because
like in a fan film.
No, just we would have,
Okay,
yeah,
I gotcha. Yeah.
Because even though they don't meet each other, they somewhat meet each other in a movie, because you got Thor fighting over here when the other Thor's standing over here going, wow, I need to do something.
Right.
Wow,
that is America's gut.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah.
Then we need to find somebody in a real huge Hulk suit to walk over and act, do the Berserker Hulk, and then me walk out to the middle of whatever and go, rawr, rawr.
It seems kind of gratuitous.
Rawr.
Roar. Hit the top of a car crushing. You didn't even need to do that. You could have let that cover up.
Yeah. So, but no, that is the that is something that I am looking into.
Okay.
So because we were trying to get. I'm gonna have to do other means of finessing Superman a little bit.
Right.
So yeah. Other than that,
yeah.
Heads up, it's completely locked up.
Okay.
I took the tablet off Wi-Fi and it's still freezing.
Yeah, we're still blinking every once in a while. Dennis's laptop's been blinking green the whole time.
Yeah. Which means probably on the phone it's probably absolutely fine.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen anything going on my phone, and but nobody's pulling up on the phone. Oh.
You're completely froze.
Well, not on my phone. Yeah.
I don't know why, but it always
So-
seems like on the phones it doesn't.
Oh, but on the other stuff it
But
glitches.
on
Yeah.
this stuff it
Okay,
glitches.
well, since Jess is telling us that we're glitching still, somebody going, ugh. Since Jess is still telling us we're glitching, we want to say, for anybody that wants to attend, whoa, there's the ticket prices for the Heroes for Kids Comiccon. They are live now. Sponsors. Oh, that's for vendors. Vendors, please fill out the form or email Jess and we can get those out. Sponsors. That's what makes us be able to do this.
Right. And there's a link.
So there is a link right there for the sponsors. Sponsors, it can be an individual, a business, a group. Sponsor, as soon as we get the sponsors stuff in, your logo and everything, and a link to your website goes on our page, and thank you for your support.
Right.
So, and that's what helped. And then once all expenses are paid for the guests and anything that we've got going on with the show, once the expenses are paid for the show, 100% of the funds are split between these two organizations. Last year, we ended up raising $11,000 and split it between Le Bonheur Children's Hospital and Flaming Home.
Right.
This year, again, we set a goal and we beat it. This year, our goal is 7,000. I want to beat the 7,000, and then I want to knock the 11,000 out of the park. So, please, the children, our elderly need the help. Because the senior center helps with food, transportation. What's some of the other thing? I know that's two of the things. I think sometimes they even do activities for the elderly that go in there. They come in there quite often. But I know it's not just food and transportation if they need it. Also, I think it's Meals on Wheels. I think they also help.
There's also There's also an assisted living facility across the street that they take the meals over to there. They transport them. They also have like game times, like bingo and stuff like that. Bake sales, all sorts of stuff. So.
Yeah.
Just a way for the seniors to get out of the house and interact with their old high school buddies or whatever, and just it's a good community thing. Yeah. But the biggest thing that they do is on Thanksgiving, they always host a Thanksgiving dinner for the folks who maybe can't travel to go see their families or whatever.
Yeah.
They get to just walk across the street and boom, they've got a turkey dinner with all the trimmings and all the buddies are there, and it's all cool. So, mom and dad, they do a lot of stuff there. So it's their way of getting out of the house and getting a little social interaction, and
it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
And the folks there that run the thing, they're dedicated to making it a pleasant experience for everybody. So it would be a good thing to give them a little bit of extra money so they can.
Keep going with it.
It's not cheap.
Yeah. And then the Kenny Rogers Children's Center again helps a lot of children in the area. So again, it's definitely we want to help both these organizations, and we would like to donate a nice chunk of change to these organizations at the end of our show in July. So please donate. Please sponsor if you want to be a vendor. The vendor fees. So the vendor fees also goes to this. So once expenses are paid, 100% of the proceeds, right down the middle, gets split between these two organizations.
Right.
So again, please help us out and help us spread the wealth and the love. So, again, hope to see everybody this weekend at the Kenny Rogers Center Telethon. We'll be talking a little bit more about Heroes for Kids Comiccon down there as well. So please, come on out, come on down there. Donate while you're down there to the Kenny Rogers Center Telethon as well. So, again, it's a good organization. It helps a lot of children. So, Jess, you got anything? Nothing from Oracle. Dennis, do you have anything?
Yes. Once again, I want to say thank you to all our volunteers that helped out at AnimeCon. Rachel, Chelsea, Nick, Robert, our own kids, and even Don, and
Dave.
They all helped each other out. It was a team effort.
Yeah.
And
Veronica,
Veronica, we can't forget Veronica. It was a team effort, and it all went off fairly smoothly. Considering that half the crew was gone. So
half the crew was only me and Jess.
Yeah, but you're Superman. Okay.
Okay.
So, anyway, but yeah, it went on fairly easy, and we had literally very few issues. It was just a matter of.
And if there was anything, it was just we were just a quick phone call.
Right.
So
yeah, it went off pretty smoothly.
Sweet.
Everybody kind of just did their thing and made it work, and yeah, we made sales. It wasn't like we didn't make anything.
No.
We actually sold some stuff, and we handed out some vendor information and got donations, and yeah, and we even got to hang out with our friends and shoot the breeze a little bit.
Sweet.
So
Cool.
that was good. So thank you guys for all your hard work, and kind of hope to see you at the Kenny Rogers Center to help us out with that as well. So
want to say again, thank you to Planet Comiccon for putting on one heck of a show again. 25 years. I'm hoping we can get ours that big.
That would be sweet.
That is a goal.
We would have to move it out of the park center.
I would, yeah, definitely. I would love to rent out the whole park center and every floor.
Right.
Have Jess is probably like, no, but every floor have it, up on the top concourse, up on the walk, down in the gym.
In the weight room.
Well, yeah.
Maybe not there.
Not there.
But
the weight room and pool. The weight room and pool are off limits, but just load the place
but
up.
like the auditorium.
Yep. Well, no, we can't really do the auditorium, but that's where we would hold our panels. I would love to be able to
That'd be where we hold our panels and our costume contest and all that stuff. So yeah,
that would be awesome.
And,
But on that note,
if we got too big, we'd have to make it an outdoor event.
no, we're not. No, yeah, then we lose everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that's the reason why we did it this way.
Right.
Remember, 5 years ago, well, 6 years ago,
Right.
it was parking lot, and then thanks to Rick Burchett that gave us the idea to turn it into a Comic-Con.
Right. Yeah.
That's how it happened. We
Right.
started out in a parking lot. I don't want to go back to a parking lot.
Well, we're not talking parking lot. We're talking several city blocks here.
Well, yeah,
You know.
maybe.
And that way, the chamber can get involved and just turn this into this massive street festival. That would be awesome.
Yeah, you never know.
But
All right,
for now, we'll settle for 2 days at the park center.
Yep. So on that note,
Yes.
again, thank you to all our volunteers that come out and kick butt this weekend, and look forward to hanging out with. I missed all you guys. Just missed all you guys this last weekend while we were away. So again, we love you guys. Thank you so much for kicking it into gear and raising money and having a good time down at Cape Anime Con. So on that note, we love you guys. Thank you, and we'll see you guys later.
Good night.
Have a good one.
Good night.
Good night.